The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Studio 6 Entertainment, Armed Media, or the Entertainment Partners LLC. Enjoy the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in.
Straight Talk with Matt Hasley. Every Monday and Friday, 9 p.m. Central Time. Only on Armed Radio Global.
So the attitude is not going to speed things up any bit at all. I'm going to ask you to speak into the mouthpiece very clearly.
It's time for some street talk. We run a little late tonight. I wanted to make sure that we got Big Swole Randy Thornton and Mike get their show done. I had to do is finish it up, get it wrapped up so I could send it to them, make sure they got their inaugural show out of the way. But they did a great job. It's tough to go that first time. It's a little nerve-wracking. But Mike Darrow and Randy Thornton, well, I tell you what, we're going to get together sometime and have a little cervezas, something. So, yeah, Mike's not far from me. So he's only about 90 minutes from me. So, Joe, welcome to the show. Dana, welcome to the show. And I think that's Canpa. Hopefully that's right. And Sultan joined, and Joland, welcome to the show. So, and thanks for the thumbs up, Mr. Johnny Gibson Blender. So, and, oh my God, he was not walking the dog. Tony Street is in the house. So, we got tons of stuff going on in the news. We got Tiger in rehab. I kind of expected that to happen. I mean, it happens. I'm sorry. Everybody has problems. You know, it's, you look at it, hope he get taken care of. You see a lot of, there's a lot of people that get hooked on, painkillers. Oscar, welcome to the show. Joe, welcome to the show. The problem with, Adriana, welcome to the show. With the problem with these, Vicodin and hydrocodone and all that stuff, it's just too easy that those prescriptions go out and, you have injuries and they prolonged injuries and they get to where they get hooked on taking them. And, I feel bad for them. I you hate to see anybody get hooked on anything like painkillers. And there's a lot of, talking about Randy being an NFL player. And I'm sure he's been through that pain route where they got you on every type of pain medication there is. They want to do is, Mary, welcome to the show. They want to do is get you back playing. So, Mary, I got to make a comment. I feel really bad about a Facebook post you made earlier today. You put on there hashtag go naked, and I got to tell you, I'm sorry, but when you meant go without makeup, I was like, what? Go naked? I'm sorry. I was expecting to see women walking around going naked, and tells me that I feel like a real perv after that. So I was like, oops. But no. And then I started seeing posts of women go, I tell you what, ladies look great without makeup. They think, a lot of women think they need more makeup than they really need. But I don't know. You tell I don't have any makeup on. I am naked. as you want to get. Problem is, I don't think makeup would do any good anyway. Ronnie B, welcome to the show. Gage, welcome to the show. Gage Maverick. Well, I did want to talk about, we're going to talk about PGA Tour and stuff like that, and we're going to talk about what's going on. But, really, I heard a story today, and I was thinking about this kid that he was selling gum outside his school. He's selling double bubble gum for 25 cents a piece. And who's Scotty? Scotty needs his head examined, because I saw you don't. I'll tell you what, the best looking man I ever seen. No, but no, but he's selling bubble gum outside his school for 25 cents a piece. And he was selling it for breast cancer awareness. My wife went through breast cancer 2 years ago. Go like this, no cancer. My 6-year-old. They don't hold any punches, do they? They just give it right to you. Yep. Hank, welcome to the show. That's so mean. But he's... It's so tough to come from your own kid at 6. So this kid's selling bubblegum outside his school for 25 cents a piece. And Ryan Seacrest got wind of it. And my wife went through it 2 years ago. She had to have a double mastectomy. And this kid was selling gum, and Ryan Seacrest found out about it, and he was doing it was called Bubbles for Breast Cancer. And he had brought in about $900 and some worth of bubble gum, sales, just selling them at a quarter a piece. And Ryan Seacrest says, I'd like to buy $1,000 worth of bubble gum. And he says, I'll tell you what, don't even give me the gum. I'm going to send you a check for $1,000. I thought that was so cool. I thought, a kid was 11 years old, and he's got enough mindset to sit there and go out and go for somebody and do things looking for somebody else, paying it forward, doing something for everybody else. And don't worry, Joe, I'm going to run the commercial on about the halfway part. So I got a live commercial, got a new sponsor out there. Jimmy John's. You want it freaky fast? They're freaky good. So I got a live commercial going to go there about the halfway point. Yeah, Joe just mentioned it. Thanks, Tony. So, but I also saw another, I watched another video, and this one really, there are two videos that got to me. One, the breast cancer awareness, because it's too close to home. My mother-in-law had breast cancer. My wife had breast cancer. It's so common anymore nowadays. I know, I could tell you probably half a dozen ladies that I know that have had it. And it's sad that it gets that way. Yeah, self-promoting, yeah. If you have to self-promote yourself, Matt tends to zone out. It's late. Yeah. I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't know I had to run marquees nonstop for your shows. I thought you did enough of that on your own. So, and it's hard to do is share marquees when I'm trying to do a live show. I don't see you sharing my marquee on your show. So, but, so, you see so many women that are going through this, and you see, so many different types of cancer out there. Well, yeah, he's a marquee whore. That's correct. But this gentleman, he worked at a business. He was like a accountant and did computer work and all this stuff. And yeah, I want a new ball. Yeah, So I'll tell you, Tony, why, and you'll understand why later, but I don't want to mention it on the show. But so we had I'm watching this video about this guy, and the guy got tired of working the 9-to-5 office job. Lynn, welcome to the show. And he says, I wanted to open up a pizza shop. It's in New York. So he opened up a pizza place, and he started doing a program where he took little sticky notes, and he put on it $1 each, good for. And he, when the homeless people would come in, they would allow them to take off one of the sticky notes and redeem it for a slice of pizza for $1. They wouldn't have to pay anything. Kathy, welcome to the show. Don't be getting out of line. I don't have to come up to Minnesota. And I told Mike and I we're going to have to go up there and we're going to throw down. We're getting mean now. But, so he was giving away pizza slices. People would pay them forward. And they would they'd donate $20 and they'd put 20 sticky notes up. And every day at 11 o'clock, homeless people would come in and they were able to redeem the sticky notes, using those to redeem for a slice of pizza. He'd given away like $90-some thousand worth of pizza, I think it was, over the years. And, people had paid for it. Well, they were talking to him. He said one gentleman he hadn't seen him in a while, hadn't seen him in months, and he thought something happened. You never know, out on the streets, the guy living on the streets. And finally, this gentleman comes in, and he says, "Where have you been? What's been going on? I haven't seen you. I was worried about you." And he says, he said that, he goes, "No, man, he finally got a job." He said, "I got a place to stay now." He was coming there to donate money to this pizza place so he could pay it forward. So the people could get dollar slices of pizza for somebody else because he redeemed on it for so long. And he finally got onto his feet again. I think that's so cool. I think it's such a great idea. We sit there, and a lot of times we just sit there and overlook humanity, and we don't pay attention to, what's going on around us. Some people get, their times are tough, and people get all kinds of things happen. But I just think it's so cool. I thought it was such a neat and easy thing to do. It was not hard for them to implement this. So you're going to have to give me her info, Joe, because it doesn't give me any info of that. So, but I was happy to produce Get Your Swole On with Randy Thornton and Mike Darrow. So great guys. I think they're going to have a great show. And I tried to stay quiet because I didn't want Joe giving me the, "Oh my God, it's the Get Your Swole On with me." No, it had nothing to do with me. It's all about them. I didn't say you don't promote my show. You don't promote my show during your show. So that's what I was talking about. So don't get your panties up in a bunch. Take a spoon back there and reach back behind you and pull them out of your crack, and then you'll be fine. So, hot tamale, cooler weather at evening. Yeah. What is it, 119 out in... people are just going to burst into flames out there. Yeah. That's crazy. I remember going to Vegas for a conference, and it was like 116, 117 degrees. And I'm riding in the shuttle bus from the airport to the hotel and burnt my arm on the windowsill of the shuttle bus. I was like, holy crap. Yeah, it was just so hot. But you had a tropical storm. That's called, or I'm not going to say it. I won't talk like that on my show. I was going to say something. If it was Night Talk with Joe Rocks, I would have said it, but I'm not going to say it. So, I'll be good. So, but, so on, get to my stuff that we're going to talk about, but, oh, I did want to bring up, and maybe Tony could, and Joe might have a listen to last week's Night Talk. You mentioned multiple times. Yeah, because I called in. I called in live. That's why I was mentioned. But so, I did want to do his mention, and I'm sure Tony's going to run out and buy one. They have the new Ken doll with the man bun. I'm like, how crazy, or how wrong is that? I'm sorry, but I just can't see. Ronnie Beat, where's Randy? Songwriter Randy. Yeah, where's Randy at? But they come out with a new Ken doll. It says Mattel releases a Ken doll with a man bun. It says Ken's new hairstyle is part of the company's new line of Barbie fashionistas. Yeah. Here he comes, Tony, with I never said anything about the gay jokes. I'm just saying he's young. You're the one who talks the gay jokes. You're Joe. Don't get all uptight about it. Roy, welcome to the show. But you look at, I'm just talking about is, when I was a kid, we didn't have, they had Ken dolls. I never had one. We used to do is, I had G.I. Joe. The line includes a total of 40 new new dolls, 7 body types, 11 skin tones, 28 hairstyles, including Barbies with dyed blue hair and afros. Bill Wood, welcome to the show. But, you look at, it says Mattel's Barbie fashionistas include a total of 15 new Ken dolls with additional styles, including cornrows and freckles. I don't have any problem. Are there any gay golfers? Are you asking me to get you dates, Joe, or what? I'm sorry, Tony might have a better job of doing that with it. I'm really not sure. But I'm thinking back of the... There's the one that looks just like Justin Bieber. Well, that's Ricky Fowler, I think you're talking about. I'm sure there probably is. I would not doubt it a bit. I'm sure there's a lot of them that, or there might be a few that are, and they probably just are afraid to come out. Kind of like any of the sport athletes, or most of them are afraid to come out. I mean, it's just probably the afraid of the firestorm that they'll get, and they probably lose the sponsorships or stuff like that. I don't know. I really don't know. I've never heard of anybody that they thought was. But gave me a topic. I'm talking about the dolls. Well, you look at, when I was a kid, they had G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe with Kung Fu grip, and it was like a hand that was all bent over like this, could hold on to the weapon. You had to pry the hands out. And then they had, they had Superman, and I'm sure they had I don't remember having Batman or anything like that, but I'm sure they did. Different dolls like that. I'm not quite sure what the colors are, but I'm sure it's Colors of the Rainbow, Joe. That's what they call it, the rainbow flag. So they had a diversity pride picnic in the park that's hooked onto the golf course. Yeah, see, Joe's the one that has it. Spider-Man. Yeah, they had Spider-Man. But, really, if you had to be a superhero, I wouldn't necessarily say be a superhero, but if you had the powers of a superhero, what superhero would you be? Would you be the Green Lantern, the Superman, Batman? Well, Batman doesn't have any superpowers, really. Thomas, welcome to the show. Or, Aquaman. I'm sorry, but Superman could do both. He could swim and be in and out of the waters. I mean, what the hell is the difference? I would rather have Superman. Be kind of like, good morning. I am a superhero with no powers. Yeah. Well, but you look at, you have a Spider-Man Cosmo pick I found. That's good. I have superpowers. I don't know about that, Ronnie, but I would like to be. You want to be Superman? I tell you what. And they go, kryptonite could take care of you. Well, I mean, I don't know. There's always something with one of them. Iron Man, you have to have a suit. Well, what was Hancock? You're making him blush. Oh, I am. Yeah, that's not. I don't think I'm embarrassed by it, but it's good that you think I am. But maybe it brings some more color to my face because Joe always gives me crap that I don't get enough sun. But your Cubs hat. I do not see my Cubs hat right now. Oh, actually, it is. It's up on the shelf up here. So it's going to sit up there until the Cubs win again. They lost today. They have not been doing so well lately. They rather depressing to watch. Can't win many games with only getting 2 hits. So, but talking about superheroes and stuff like that, I still have not seen the Batman versus Superman movie. I have not seen that. And then they had the Wonder Woman movie that came out. It just went crazy. Won all sorts, or set records in money brought in. And she only made $300,000 to do that Wonder Woman. And they made, it's crazy how much money they made. Well, she made all that, or brought in all that money. They're already talking about a sequel. So I remember when I was a kid, we watched $6 Million Man. You watched $6 Million Woman. You watched, I didn't get into these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and everything. That was way, way beyond. But Wonder Woman was, with what I think it was Linda Evans or something like that. And you were just like, oh, kind of just staring at that. Holy crap. Because you never saw it. You didn't see, at that time, you didn't see women dressed like that. They used to do that jazzercise or whatever it was, and they'd all be dressed in the, the spandex and everything like that, and the leggings and everything. And they used to have that, and the camera would go round and round, and hell, I wouldn't work out. I just watched the show. That's what it was. You're just like, holy crap, that's on TV. So they didn't have Pornhub at that time, Joe. So, but I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name, but it's Gal Gadot or Gardos, or I'm not sure I'm pronouncing Gadots. Wonder Woman. She's going to be back on screen in a couple months as one of the key members of Jack Snyder and Josh Whedon's Justice League. Says Wonder Woman 2 will happen in just a matter of time, and they apparently renegotiated her contract where she's going to get paid some more buku bucks. She should. But says, with as much money as they raked in, I don't even know what the total. She only made $300,000. So, and it says Robert Downey Jr. made less than $1 million for the first Iron Man, and he now makes tens of millions for each. So, that would be that'd be a nice little chunk of change. Kind of like Tony left. He probably had to go walk the dog. So, but Brooks Koepka made over $2 million in the U.S. Open for 4 days worth of work. Yeah, he put in a lot of pre-time before that, and for 4 days it was like grueling, grinding. So I got to give him credit. What a awesome event, awesome tournament he had. But talking about superheroes and stuff like that. Kind of a cool story that went out, and I had to laugh about it. It was on the news today. Batman arrests a shoplifter in Texas. Apparently, the guy was at Walmart, and you can look at it. It says the man was attempting to steal DVDs. From a Texas Walmart. Brought to justice by a police officer dressed as Batman. It says Fort Worth police officer Damon Cole shared photos as he arrested the suspect while dressed in a full Batman garb during a children's safety fair near the store. He says he was dressed as Batman at Walmart for Kids Day. Some guy attempted to steal 4 DVDs. He says, I stopped him as Batman. He asked for a selfie while being arrested. The total cost of the DVDs was less than $100, so the man was just given a citation. But he did receive extra ridicule from Cole for attempting to steal the Lego Batman movie. So, I wonder if he did it like, hey, what are you trying to steal my movie? Get the old deep Batman voice. I tell you what, I think oh God, you look at the different guys who played different Batman. I thought, I'm trying to think who the most recent one was, but if you look at the different people who played Batman over the years, a few of them I didn't see. Adam West, who just recently passed away, he was good, but he did it without any of the chess pieces and stuff like that you want to call it. Let me see if I can. Christian Bale, I think, was the best. Ben Affleck. You have Val Kilmer. George Clooney. That's kind of a weird one. George Clooney. Michael Keaton. I just don't see Michael Keaton as Batman. That's just a weird one. They have some that are, different people that played in, like the Lego Batman. But yeah, that's great. But when they're actually, on-screen characters, not animated characters. Can you Google that? I did Google that. Thanks, Joe. But you look at the most recent is Ben Affleck, but I think Christian Bale really made the role. Adam Scott, but never confirmed. You hope he is. You hope he is, Tony. What would make you think they're all pissed off, Joe? But I thought Adam Scott was married. Maybe not. I know he was a Masters champion, won the Masters, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago. I don't think Mary's still on here. I think Mary went to bed. But, yeah. Shut your gator down. Yeah. He can't let his gator down. He has to have it ready, you know. You never know. You might have to defend his honor, as you want to call it. But, no. So, where's Johnny Gibson Blender? He's probably having a nap by now. Let me see here. We have, oops. That was one of the Kimberly's posts. I always loved Kimberly. Kimberly, hold nothing back. Yep. You know, Kimberly, she says, I'll be out of Facebook jail in I don't know how many days, she said. And I was like, yeah, we're taking bets on how long that's going to last. So, yeah, that didn't come out. He turned it on. Joe, you got him turned on. What are you doing, Joe? Are you guys FaceTiming each other? Maybe that's it. Yeah. Carrie, welcome to the show. Lolita Fire Eyes. So, I was talking to a gentleman I know. He moved his business into, he rented a building that used to be a funeral home. And I said, if you see any spirits or anything starts moving around or weird stuff happening, let me know. I want to do is go down and do a ghost hunt at your and he looked at me like, are you crazy? I said, no, I'm serious. So my nephew ought to be on here. Well, he's not really my nephew, but one of the guys who worked for me goes, is this your nephew? And I went, no, he's about my age. God, how old do you think I am? But Justin, who is with American Ghost Hunters, he is going to have him on here one of these nights to do an interview with him. He works with Chad from they were on, Chad used to be on Paranormal State, and he is now with American Ghost Hunters, and they travel all over the country doing different ghost hunts and stuff like that. Kind of amateurish ghost hunter. I'm not a real ghost hunter like Justin and Chad. They're the real deal. They actually, I mean, they got all the gadgets and everything. I just think I take an interest in it. That's what it is. I've done it before. And are any gay? I really have no idea. But I would think not the ghost hunters. Joe, you don't have to get all defensive now. You have to try to defend yourself in text. That's right. Just be confident in yourself. But we had a gay ghost hunters. Oh no, he's talking about the ghosts are gay. Well, have you ever seen what was the movie with the Wayans brothers, where Haunted House or something like that, when the ghost got a little jiggy with him, but no gay ghost. So if you ever seen that, that's hilarious. I loved it when Cedric the Entertainer goes in there and he's playing the priest. He goes, here, crazy bitch. He's looking for his girlfriend. So, yeah. I kind of, with all the stuff that went on with doing the Big Swole Show, I kind of changed a little bit way I decided to do my show tonight rather than going through and all the golf stuff. But we talked a little bit about it. I don't want to stick on that too much, but Nestle and their gate. I don't know what you're talking about, Joe. Nestle candy bars could disappear from stores soon. And you don't know, you think about Nestle's candy bar, you think about that. Take your kids trick-or-treating, get the Nestle Crunch Bar, the little one. Just think about it. Butterfingers, Baby Ruth, 100 grand bars. Yeah, no. Ain't that crazy? What's GEY, Joe? But if you think about that, Skinny Cow, Raisinets. I like Raisinets. Those are awesome. But you think about Nestle just announced that it's considered selling its American candy brands, which includes Butterfinger, Baby Ruth, Gobstoppers. I remember that from, what was that, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Not the, damn healthy people. Well, it has to do with Nestle. He says, it's now before you go buying up your local drugstore, it says, and hoarding Butterfingers in your pantry. Let's clarify these products won't necessarily be gone forever if the sale happens. However, the candy bars could be sold on a new label and possibly have a new recipe or formula depending on who buys the rights. They actually made, a new Kit Kat, and they changed the formula, and some people aren't liking it. Apparently, it says Nestle will explore strategic options for U.S. confectionery business, including potential sale. The company said in a statement, basically, nothing in life will ever be the same again. It says, if you're a fan of Nestle's Toll House cookies, though, which are really good, don't worry. Those won't be part of the sale as they're held under a separate part of the company. As for Kit Kat bars, which are produced by Nestle's international arm, not an American one, Nestle blames the decision on Americans being more interested in health snacks choices. We still love our sugar, but we're eating less of it, and industries like candy and cereal are feeling the impact. We had, talking about healthy conscious people, we had Krispy Kreme here, and Krispy Kreme did not last. Went out of business because it was, I don't know how many years ago, I can't remember when they left, but they, you used to go to Krispy Kreme and you didn't buy one donut. You go, how many dozen would you like, So you think about those and people were cutting back on different stuff, but now the donuts are seeming to come back. People are buying more of them. And it's like, people freak out and they think, oh, we need gluten-free and we need this and that. And, you're like, really? Just, have it in moderation. But, people will, freak out and say, oh, we got to get rid of this. We got to get rid of this. Oh, don't eat bread and go on your carb-free stuff. And then or don't eat meat. Oh, my God. And you see them eating nothing but, like, grass and stuff like your, like like a goat would or something like that out in the yard, and you look at them and their faces their skin looks terrible. Maddie likes cream pies. No. I know that's a form of a gay slur, Joe, but no, I do not. I'm not a cream pie fan for the real stuff. But, he said, you think about it. I saw a show today and they showed guy eating prime rib. And I was like, holy crap, that looked awesome. It was that thick. It was a big old slab of prime rib, huge piece. I love prime rib with horseradish. Wow. I tell you what, I don't eat it often. It's just something that you can't eat too much of it often but I'll tell you what, just a little bit of red in it. Woo. I'm going to have to I got to get one of the, I can't talk about the grill, the name of it, but I've been checking them out. And these grills are smokers and stuff like that. Oh, It's one of those pellet grills, where they got these different pellets, and you put them in there, and it keeps it at a certain temperature. But I tell you what, I haven't had a good steak, and I couldn't tell you how long. But a big old piece of prime rib, nothing beats that. We got a restaurant here locally that Jay does I give props out. Jay, Duck City Bistro here. All the tour players go there when they go. It's just phenomenal. I mean, it's just great. All the tour players make it when they're here in town. We got the John Deere Classic coming up in July. And today, what's today? Anybody know? Today is, drum roll, first day of summer. Yep. It is the first day of summer. Hard to believe. Some people out west know it very well. Down south, they're getting, they're getting Hurricane Cindy, or whatever it is, or Tropical Storm, whatever it is. I don't know. They're getting tons of rain. I know Tony probably getting down there soaked. You probably, I just hope they don't flood out like they did before. My God, that's just so nasty. You get, anywhere from 5 to 8 inches of rain. Boom. Yeah, it's, I knew a girl named Cindy one time, and she was meaner than crap, so if this thing's worse than her, you guys are in trouble. But, no, it's not the longest day, Joe. It's not the vernal equinox. But, it is the first day of summer. So, Hurricane Cindy Hobbs. That's who it is. Yeah, the rain is stopped, but the tide is rising. So, you know what? Thanks to Ronnie B, I'm going to do a little switcheroo with the background here just for him. We will do is, let's put on something just a little off the wall here. How about, there we go. Switch up the background a little bit. Oh, I talked about this, I think I talked about it Monday night. Illinois is so underfunded. They haven't done which is right across the river from us, has not done a budget in 3 years. Well, they're talking that if they don't get a budget soon passed, their lottery, this is just little things that might happen to them. Their lottery, the Powerball and the Mega Millions, they won't be able to sell it. So imagine winning a lottery and the state won't pay you. I would be pissed. So, I mean, just think how much money that costs them not to be able to run the lottery. Because the lottery only pays you off of the profits. It is one of the best Ponzi schemes. I don't have it on this computer. So, here we go. Let me see if I can... Let me find something else that'll make... There we go. How about that, Joe? I can just hear it now. He's probably bitching at his monitor. Not that one. Love to get him going. Oh, here, I got one for him. This one will make him happy. Let me see. I have to do is actually... Oops, I have to actually save this one first before I can actually put it up there. So, this one will make Joe... Well, it should make him happy. I'm not sure, but... There you go. We'll see what kind of response I get out of it. Well, it is time for a commercial break from our sponsors. So hang in there and tell me what you think. I got to do is...
you know how fast you were going, son?
Call me Ed.
Do you know how fast you were going, Ed?
You mean exactly?
Yes, exactly.
No, not exactly. How fast?
Fast.
Fast, sir?
You were going very fast.
Fast is my job, officer.
Fast is your job?
Yes, sir.
What kind of job?
I deliver, sir.
What do you deliver?
The world's greatest gourmet sandwiches.
I thought Jimmy John's had the world's greatest gourmet sandwiches.
Jimmy John's does have the world's greatest gourmet sandwiches.
So you deliver for Jimmy John's?
I deliver for Jimmy John's.
So do you always deliver fast?
I always deliver fast.
How fast?
I deliver something so fast you'll freak.
It's not smart to freak a cop, son.
You didn't order Jimmy John's sub, sir.
So if I did order a Jimmy John's sub, when would I get it?
Now.
What if I don't want it now?
Then call later.
Or I can pick it up myself.
Or you can pick it up yourself.
Because I'm pretty fast, too.
I'm sure you are, sir.
Very fast.
I believe you, sir.
Faster than you.
No way, sir.
Way faster.
In your dreams.
You dissing me, son?
No, sir, I'm polite.
Fast and polite?
Very polite and very, very fast.
Is that a challenge, son?
No, sir, it's a fact.
Let's burn rubber, kid.
It wouldn't be fair.
Why not?
You've got a fully blown V8 Camaro with slicks and headers.
So?
I've got a 10-speed bike.
I'll let you off with a warning.
That was our sponsor, Jimmy John's. Read. What are you talking about? Oh, how'd you do on your read? Oh. You guys, act like you guys having a... you guys want to go to private chat room and have a little chat there? Commercial. So, but no, we're talking about candy and everything. My son is actually, he went to go see Donald Trump at he's up in Cedar Rapids, and one of his buddies, they both went up there. Well, he sent me a text message, said he is coming home, but he's stopping by a place that they make these, talking about donuts. They make these specialized donuts. And I know Mike would know where it is. It's in Iowa City. Really kind of a cool. They make a Cookie Monster donut, and they make all different types. So it's really cool. So he's stopping by there every time they go through there. They always stop. So I hope they're open for him. I know they went up to see Donald Trump. Hopefully they got in. I told him, you got to make sure that you get there early because it's going to be packed. Well, we got about 3 minutes left. Since Mike and Randy with the Get Your Swole On, Randy Thornton, I had to do is go in a little bit late. I'm only on till 11 o'clock, and it kicks me off. So we're got about 3 minutes left. But I did want to mention a bunch of CIA staff got fired for hacking. And you go, what the heck? How the heck they get fired for hacking? Well, they weren't, Randy, welcome to the show. They got fired for hacking vending machines. A group of employees shared a vending machine hack to steal more than $3,000 in snacks. It says several CIA contractors were kicked out of the agency for stealing snacks. The theft took place between the fall of 2012 and continued on through March of 2013. Hard to believe this is just coming out now, but it was a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit filed in 2015. The theft scheme involved unplugging a cable connecting the machines to an electronic payment system called Freedom Pay, then using unfunded Freedom Pay cards to buy snacks at no cost. Really? To buy candy and stuff like that? So, said that workers estimated to have stolen $3,314.40 worth of goods. How do you get 40 cents out of a machine? So, well, it's that time of the night. We're down to the last minute. So, everybody have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow night on Night Talk with Joe Rocks. Be safe. If you see something, say something. Remember, pay it forward. Buy that slice of pizza for the next guy. And we'll see you tomorrow night. And we'll see you back again on Friday night. So be safe.